What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be doing another tier list in NBA 2K20 MyTEAM. So this is going to be the tier list of the pink diamond. So before we get on to it, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to hit 170,000 subscribers by the end of the month, and right now we are about 2,500 off with 7 days to go. So it's honestly looking like we're going to hit it, which is absolutely crazy. Really do appreciate the support recently. And also, lads, this is my list. This is completely subjective. I am not saying any of these players are objectively better than any others. Also, I can pretty sure I'll forget at least one because there's a lot of great pink diamonds. And if your favorite player is down low, that's perfectly fine. Just like I said in my Opal video, like they're 99 overalls, they're all good cards. They're all really good cards. It's just some cards I like, some cards I don't like. Simmons is a card that I just don't like. That just doesn't agree with me. But like, again, that's my opinion. For you, Simmons might be the best player in the world. So it doesn't necessarily make my list wrong. It just makes it my list. But yeah, so anyway, now we're going to get on to it. I can't believe I have to address that, but so many comments in my last video were literally just about how X player or Y player should have been higher or should have been lower. But sure, look, lads, it is what it is. So anyway, we're going to start off with Danilo Gallinari. I'm going to put Gallinari in B tier. Again, I could put Gallinari up higher, but he's good. Like, he's good. Is he spectacular? Not really. Can he shoot? Yeah, he can definitely shoot. He's also a pretty decent defender, and just overall a really good card. A really good card. So I'm going to put him in B because, again, there's a lot of great cards, and Ben Wallace is one of them that's ahead of him. Ben Wallace is one of the most surprising cards in the game this year. Like, I did not know how good Ben Wallace's release was until I used this pink diamond. Like, I was so shocked at how cash Ben Wallace releases, because a lot of the time big men don't have the greatest release in the world. However, that does not include Ben Wallace, obviously. He is straight cash. He is absolutely money. If you give him an inch of space, he will hit the shot. That is how good Ben Wallace is. And we got Pistol Pete that I'm also going to put in A tier. One of the best peak shooters in the game. He is one of the best guys coming off screen, hitting peekaboo threes. Like, he was my point guard for a while, and at 30 KMT, he is an absolute steal. Is he the greatest card in the world? He's got some weaknesses. He's not a great dunker. Kind of feels a little bit slower than I think the 95 speed he has. But he has got good height. He's a good enough defender. And also, again, it's Pete Maravich, so he's going to be able to shoot the ball. So a really nice card here for Pistol Pete. Then we have got Bojan Bogdanovic, who I'm going to put down here in C tier. So, lads, Bojan Bogdanovic is, again, another pretty decent card. He doesn't really suit playing the power forward positions. Alright at small forward, though. He's got pretty good height at 6'8" for the small forward position. Shoots the ball well. Plays decent enough defense. I just don't really like his release, so that's the reason in C tier. But again, these are the best pink diamonds. Pretty much all these are good. Then we have got Paul George, who I'm going to put in S tier. Paul George is insane. Paul George is absolutely insane. Like, he is one of the best cards in the game, period. I don't just mean one of the best pink diamond cards. He's one of the best cards, period. Like, you can definitely make an argument he's... Like, I've seen God squads, as in with, like, all Opal squads. And I don't mean, like, normal Opals. I mean, like, the elite Opals. But yet, they're out here running with Paul George. And they're still absolutely dominated with him. Then we got Rick Smits. And in a controversial one, I'm putting Rick Smits in S tier. I'm telling you right now, Rick Smits is a... And Rick Smits' post-hook and jumper release is different. Like, Rick Smits is basically budget Taco Fall. And I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. Like, yeah, Taco moves better than him. I will completely admit that. Taco Fall's got longer arms and he moves more fluidly than Rick Smits. However, Rick Smits' release is straight money. He gets the ball anywhere near the basket. He's going to post-hook people into oblivion. And he's also an insane corner three-point shooter. So, I'm telling you, lads, Rick Smits is a really underrated card, which is why I have him up here in S tier. And that was why I was excited for him. Well, he's the only card I was excited for yesterday in those historic playoff moments drops. Then we have got Derrick Rose. And man, I do really like Derrick Rose. I would put the other pink diamond in B tier, but you know what? I'm putting Derrick Rose in A tier. I'm telling you, this Derrick Rose card is really nice. He's super quick. He's got a really good dunk. He can be used as a peak shooter. He's got gold range and Hall of Fame quick draw. He can be used as a rim runner. but he is a nice point guard. I do also really like Derrick Rose's release, so there's no question about it. This card may not be elite, but is very good. Then we got Lance Stevenson. I'm going to put Lance Stevenson in A tier as well. So Lance Stevenson is... He's pretty good. Like, again, it's kind of preference. Again, with likes of Pete and stuff. He can rim run a lot better than someone like Pete, but again, he's not the greatest peak shooter in the world. Not a bad one, but if you're looking, like, I wouldn't run Lance Stevenson at the 2. If you don't plan on running Lance Stevenson at the 1, I would honestly just chuck in the, I would throw in the Amethyst instead. But if you are playing him at the 1, he is pretty good. I think I would take Pete Maravich over him, but again, that's just personal preference. Then we've got Nikola Jokic, and this is a bit of a weird one because I'm going to put him B tier, just because I really don't know how to rate him. So I'm going to put him bang smack down the middle. Because Jokic is a mismatch problem. And not only a small mismatch problem, he is a massive mismatch problem. He is a mismatch problem of epic proportions. Like, he is a 7-foot tall point guard with elite post moves. Dribbling is not... He has a couple of slow dribble moves that he triggers quite often. Good passer, not a great defender. He's actually not terrible to run at the center position. But if you can manipulate matchups and you can put him on a cone, he can be a complete mismatch problem. I don't think he's anything spectacular. There's nothing he does particularly well, except for the fact he's a 7-foot tall point guard. But again, we can't forget he's a 7-foot tall point guard. So you got Desmond Mason, who I'm going to put up here in A tier. Mason's kind of a similar level player to to Lance Stevenson. Apparently his dribble sigs aren't good, but again, like, I'm not the greatest dribbler in the world. For me anyway, I don't really notice that. The things I notice are quick release, ability to straight line drive to the basket, as well as the ability to hit peekaboo jumpers, and he does all of those well. Or peekaboo or quick stop jumpers, he does all those well. So for me anyway, he's without question A tier. Micah Red, absolutely fantastic card. And Micah Red might be one of the top 10 2 guards in the game. I think you can definitely make that argument. He is just straight up elite. He is an elite card. We got Brandon Ingram. I don't like Brandon Ingram. I'm going to put him in B tier. I really don't like this card. I think his release is meh. I think his ability to go to the basket is alright. It's not terrible, but it's not unbelievable either. So now we have got Kevin Durant. So Kevin Durant, I'm going to put in B tier. His release, in my opinion, Kevin Durant's release with Hall of Fame quick draw is nice. Kevin Durant's release with gold quick draw is terrible. It is absolutely terrible in my opinion. Like, there's just something about it. Like, I was using it with Brooklyn Nets release. His moving shot's nice, but yeah, I just don't think, especially for 150k, because value-wise, it pushes it even down further. So Iguodala, I'm going to put him into C tier. Again, a pretty decent card. He can guard 3 positions, but the problem is that, like, if he could play the 2, he'd be a lot better, but he's an undersized small forward, and he's an undersized small forward, and his secondary position is power forward. Well, his primary position is actually power forward. If he was able to play 2, which was a position he played a lot in real life, he'd be good. But he can't. So he's just undersized. And being undersized in this game in general means that it's very likely that a card is going to be good. So now we are on to Chris Webber. I'm not going to quite put Chris Webber in D tier. I'm going to put him in C tier. When Chris Webber came out, he was fantastic. Like, he can push the floor, he can shoot the ball, he's got Hall of Fame dimer, he's a pretty decent defender. The problem with Chris Webber is he's just outdated. Like, it's nothing to do with Chris Webber being bad. He's not a bad card, and he's not bad by any means at all. Like, if you think Chris Webber is bad and unusable, you just haven't played the game. However, is he currently an outdated card? Of course he is. He was released in the middle of February. Then we got another card that I just don't like. It's Pink Diamond LeBron. And like, yeah, you can go out there and win with LeBron. Like, I used him for a while when he came out. I just don't like the card. I don't like the fact that he can't shoot corner threes. I don't like the fact that I find it really, really tough to score with him off the dribble. I don't really like the fact that LeBron's animations are terrible this year. So for that reason, I'm putting Pink Diamond LeBron in A tier. He's good. He's good, and he's a 6'8" point guard. So I can't justify putting him lower than A, but he's no doubt about it not S tier in my opinion. So now we have got Dino Raja. Very, very obvious inclusion in the S tier. Dino is an Emmy. If Dino had a Hall of Fame range, Dino would be the best center in this game. And I'm including a guy that I'm talking about later. That's probably the best shooting center in the game. If Dino had Hall of Fame range, or even gold range, he would be the best center in the game. No question about it. Dino would be the best. No one would even come close to the dinosaur himself. So, next we have got Giannis. And again, in my opinion, the single best card in the game. Giannis Antetokounmpo is going into S tier. A really, really great card. Kawhi Leonard, not quite S tier, but a really good card. I think when we get Opal Kawhi, that card's going to be legit. Hopefully that comes tomorrow. It is heavily hinted he's coming tomorrow. But, yeah, so Opal Kawhi, or sorry, Pink Time Kawhi's got a good release. He obviously can shoot the ball. He's Kawhi Leonard. He's an unbelievable defensive card. So, definitely a guy that I definitely would use him in a squad. He's really good if needed. Then we have got Dwyane Wade. So, Dwyane Wade, I'm putting D-Wade up here in S tier. I'm sorry, I know a lot of you guys, well, actually to be fair, there's a group of you guys that'll agree with it and there's a group of you guys that won't agree with it. The thing with Dwyane Wade, this one here, is you have, unlike the Pink Diamond, or say the Opal, where, in general, you can use the Opal in most scenarios. There's like, you'll struggle against Giannis or Simmons, but that's basically it if you buy a point guard. This version of Wade right here, I'm telling you, there's just, he can be abused very, very easily. You have to put him on a cone, otherwise you can completely abuse him. Like, if a player knows they're doing, they'll run. He doesn't have any pick dodger badge, whereas I think pretty much all the new cards have that at least gold. He's got no pick dodger badge, so I'm telling you, it's a case of literally people running him off a million screens. Ironically enough, Dwyane Wade is probably the best shooter off screens in the game, and when Dwyane Wade's on the floor, for me anyway, I just run him off screens and shoot off screens against Dwyane Wade as well. But actually got Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry's a really nice peak shooter. I don't think he's on the level of Pete Maravich. I don't think he can dunk like Rose. Steph Curry, again, I'm using him to grind spotlights and I'm doing really well with him, but I'm going to put him in B tier. Is he good? Yes. Spectacular. He's Steph Curry. Steph Curry divides opinion. Like, for me, I don't particularly like Steph, whereas if it's someone like Splash Edition, he really likes Steph. Depending on your playstyle, depending on the type of players you like, there are people that love this Steph Curry, because again, he is quite a decent peak shooter. His quick stop shot is really, really nice. And for me anyway, I just don't particularly like his release, and also is not the greatest defender, but not terrible. Not terrible either. Then we got Jack Sigma, one of the most obvious S tier choices so far. If you guys have not used Jack Sigma, try use him. I'm telling you, he might have the best release for a big man in this game. He straight up might have the best release for a big man in this game. Maybe one of the best releases, period. Like, in terms of pick and pop off the catch, there is no more dangerous player in this game than Jack Sigma. And like, I think you're going to be seeing Jack Sigma used in a lot of squads. And I'm telling you now, Splash Edition, Splash, if you are watching this video, get yourself Jack Sigma. Because he is legit. He is absolutely legit in terms of pick and pop jump shooting. And we got Michael Beasley. I like Beasley. I'm going to put him in B tier. He's pretty good. He does, like, he's a good offensive player, decent defensive player. He does everything, so. Again, definitely has, actually he doesn't really have a weakness. His jumper is just not great to look at. It's actually not a bad jumper, so. Yeah, you could definitely argue that he's higher, but for me anyway, I'm not a big enough fan of Beasley to put him up there with the rest of these guys in A tier. Next we've got Walter Davis, and lads, this is mini T-Mac. And I don't mean mini Diamond T-Mac, I mean like mini Pink Diamond T-Mac. He's better Brandon Roy. He is literally, sorry, not Pink Diamond T-Mac, mini Opal T-Mac. So, he's literally a better Brandon Roy. And you can argue he's a better Opal Roy, because he's got unblockable. So he doesn't get hit with bump steals. For that reason, he's going up here in S tier. He is, man, he's ridiculously good. Sean Elliott, lads. Sean Elliott, I'm going to put him in A tier. I really do like this card. I think his release is really nice. His release is nice and fast. He can shoot up the dribble, he can shoot up the catch, he can lock people down. Is he elite like Paul George? Is he elite like Walter Davis? I'm gonna lean towards saying no, but a really good card. A really, really good card, hence why he's in A tier. Is he better than Kawhi Leonard? Maybe. Is he better than Chris Mullin? Of course he's better than Chris Mullin. But not too bad. Then we have got Michael Finley. So Finley's release is not as bad as I thought. Like his release, I think was with gold quick draw on his Evo card was so bad. Like I used his Evo card full Evo'd up and it was terrible. However, his release with Hall of Fame quick draw is not terrible. So I'm gonna put Michael Finley right here into B tier. And going into B tier as well is Charles Oakley. So the reason why Charles Oakley is not higher in B tier is honestly because like his release isn't the greatest. His release is not the greatest. That's literally the only reason. His release is definitely not the greatest. So then we've got Andrew Wiggins. This is a tough one. I'm gonna put Wiggins in B tier because he's kind of just a dunking cone. Like you can't give the ball to Wiggins and say go get me a bucket. Whereas let's be real, any of these cards in A tier or above, you can give the ball to them and say just literally just go score. Like any of these guys, except for maybe Ben Wallace, but Ben Wallace is a different level in terms of 3&D. He is a different level. He is a different level cone. And the rest of these guys can create their own shots. Then we got Brandon Roy. Brandon Roy is going 1 tier below Walter Davis. And that's that. So Brandon Roy, who's slightly worse Walter Davis. Do I put him in the same tier but slightly under? Yeah, I'm going to put him slightly under Walter Davis because they're very, very similar. Whereas Brandon Roy has got Hall of Fame range, Walter Davis has got unpluckable. So they kind of even out. It's personal preference with them. Leitner, you know what? I'm going to put him in C. There's a little bit outclassed. Actually, go release. Pretty good defensive card, but in terms of the best, I can't really argue that he should still be considered one of the best cards in the game. Then we have got Rudy. So Rudy is going up here into A tier. Not quite S, but a really, really good pink diamond card. Really good pink diamond card. He's got a great release, can shoot the ball well, can dunk, can play defense, he can do absolutely everything. Then we've got Tracy McGrady, T-Mac. I'm going to put him in... Oh, this is a tough one right here. I'm going to put him in A. I think that gold quick draw means he's not quite good enough to go into S tier with the guys that we have in S tier, but putting him in a tier with like the likes of Pete Maravich and stuff is probably even. So, yeah. Now we are on to Googs, Tom Gugliotta. So, Gugliotta is going into... Let's put him in B. Let's put him in C. He has no range. He's actually not the worst card in the world. Hence why he made this list. But, yeah, not great either. We got Boogie Cousins. So, Boogie Cousins is going into A tier. And also going into A tier is Vlade Divac. Like, I actually did a really good job, I think, of predicting... Minus Jeff Petrie, I think I did a really good job of predicting what players were going to be good. Because, again, the centers... Well, the top 3 centers that we picked were definitely the top 3 centers in it. Boogie Cousins, Divac, and Sigma. In my opinion, Sigma's the best, followed by Divac, followed by Boogie. But again, this is all personal preference. Then we have got Thurl Bailey. So Thurl Bailey is going up here into S tier. Thurl's release is weird, but it's good. Like, I wouldn't be shooting him off the dribble, I'd be shooting him off the catch, but he can guard anyone. He's got length, he can switch everything, as well as the fact that he can hit open jump shots at a high rate. So for that reason, I'm going to put Thurl up here in S tier. And last up, Bingo was his name-o. Bingo Smith. And you know what, lads? I'm a bingo believer. I believe in a thing called bingo, lads. And Bingo Smith, man, that base 38 would go quick draw. It's different. Like, I went and played... Like, when I run TTO on my No Money Spent account, I always run with Brandon Roy and Giannis because they're my 2 diamond contract players. And then the last player, like, normally I just run 1 extra player. I was running Wade for a while. And then when I switched it to Bingo Smith, I'm telling you, it was a revelation. It was an absolute revelation. But anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it. That is the tier list of the best pink diamonds. I've 100% forgotten some pink diamonds. So, lads, if I do forget any, please leave it in the comments. I'm not going to be able to read all of them, to be honest. So, if you do want a specific player, feel free to respond with what you guys think I would say anyway in the comments. But, yeah. So, anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.